Our next speaker, as you know, without sponsors, we could not make Books and Beyond happen. So it's with great pleasure that I'm going to introduce a one-and-all solution for bulk booksellers. I'm going to be introducing Omer Muhet from Bookz Pro. So Omer, would you mind come up? Everyone give a round of applause for Omer Muhet.
Hello everyone. I'm both excited and honored to be here, both as a sponsor and also as a speaker. I'll start with a number that still surprises me, almost $250 million. That's how much worth of books have been sold in Bookz Pro ecosystem. This is first time we are disclosing that number. I want to do one question survey. How many of you heard Bookz Pro or Bookz before this event? Okay, thank you. So it's a little controversial, but we barely focused on marketing. Our primary focus was on product and the customer success. And since the inception, 2020, our biggest expense category has always been the research and development. And even though we are now one of the most dominant players, our focus hasn't changed. We are still reinvesting everything back into the product and still in building mode. Because we are obsessed with serving Amazon booksellers with the best software product possible. We can say that confidently because we have over 4 decades of combined experience in selling books on Amazon. We are not just a software company building technology, we are the industry insider who lived the exact pain we now solve. And every failure became a lesson, every restart became a step forward, and when we put it all together, we realized something very powerful. We didn't just build a software, we built our second chance. Before we go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Ömer. I came to the US in 2015 from Turkey to study computer science with a very little English and by myself. And I sold my first book on Amazon in 2015, and I started selling with my best buddy Levent. He's also in the booth. We were young, broke, but full of hope. The more time passed, the more promising it became. And I still remember the moment we realized the power of FBA when Amazon received our first shipment. We received the email, I'm sure you're all familiar with that. Amazon has shipped the item you sold. We sold 2 books that day for $40 and $60, and we made our money back for the entire shipment in the first day. And discovering FBA literally changed everything. We had been doing merchant fulfilled until then, and the more money we made, the more confident we became, and we hit the road in our old minivan and drove from Texas to Ohio and everywhere in between to hunt for cheap books to buy and resell on Amazon. We done over 50,000 miles across 15 states, all between the classes and school breaks. Then, like most young entrepreneurs, we thought, all right, it's time to diversify. Then we tried to buy liquidation products from some websites and tried to sell them on Amazon. At the time, we thought it was the next logical step. We would spread the risk, create something bigger, but in reality, we were walking straight into our biggest mistake. After a few months, we started getting a lot of returns from Amazon. Customers said the items didn't work properly, and it turned out that some of the items we sold turned out counterfeit products, and we had no idea. Amazon requested invoices, and we submitted every invoice we had, but they didn't accept them, of course. And they shut down our account. We received that email that no seller ever wants to see. And they shut down our account, liquidated our inventory, and they didn't even release the deposits they owed us for months. I remember staring at that deactivation email, feeling like my identity and the years of effort had just vanished in one email. We were over $100,000 in debt, couldn't pay our tuition, even got an eviction notice from our landlord because we were so late on rent, and eventually we borrowed money from a friend just to get by. Then it was one of those moments you start questioning everything, your choices, your abilities, even your future. But instead of going back to what had always worked, we insisted chasing new ideas, trying side projects, and hoping one of them would save us. Of course, none of them did. And finally, it clicked. We didn't fail because Amazon was unfair or we were unlucky. We failed because we stopped focusing on what worked. Selling books was simple, beginner-friendly, and reliable. It is what got us here in the first place. It was what we understood better than anything else. Because selling books on Amazon is a white belt business. It is simple, accessible, forgiving. You don't need to be an expert to win. You just put in the work and focus, stay focused. Then we thought we should get back into the game, one book at a time. Not from zero, but from $100,000 in debt. We learned discipline, we refused to quit. Eventually, we paid it off, graduated from college. Then came 2020. Thrift stores closed, and then the supply stopped. We couldn't buy books anymore. There was another fork in the road. Is it time to get a real job? Because we graduated and we have no books to buy. All of my classmates became software engineers. They were working 9 to 5s, working weekends off, going to vacations. Meanwhile, I was trying to fight to keep my business alive that suddenly had no supply. I thought about quitting multiple times, but at the time we had one full-time employee. I still talk to him in holidays. He's now a truck driver. So something in me said, if I walk away now, I'll regret it forever. So refused to give up. And then we started cold calling, emailing all of the people that may lead to bulk sources because there were no thrift stores to shop from. And then I called every thrift stores, paper recycling companies, donation centers in my area, nearby states, even neighbors of those states. Every morning, I would open my spreadsheet, start calling strangers, and this was the next 2 months of my life. I went so deep on Google search results, typing all the keyword combinations that may lead to a website I can buy from. Then, the magic moment. On 20th page of Google with some keyword combinations, I found an ugly website that said, truckload of books available. Now we were back in the business. But this was a different game. In cherry picking, it doesn't require a lot of labor or investment, but in bulk, it requires all the investments upfront. And I continued my career as a hydraulic dumper and tilter replacement because we couldn't buy those equipments. So in bulk, we realized the unit economics is very different than cherry picking. In cherry picking, you just go, scan them, buy a few books, and then you sell them on Amazon. But in bulk, you pay everything up front. You have to squeeze every dollar out of it to make it work. That pressure sparked innovation. Then we realized we tried every tool for Amazon booksellers. We tried every listing software, every repriser, even Needoscan, the top and the most expensive tool at the time. But it couldn't deliver what we needed. It was slow, crashing, and it lacked a lot of features we needed. And I kept requesting a lot of improvements, but they ignored me. So we reached out to best software developer we personally knew from high school. Don't get me wrong, we are a computer science graduate, we know a lot of developers, but he was very different. So after a few hours of brainstorming, we built something Nitoscan couldn't. That was our clue. We decided to build our own software. We had the dream team, we had the right experience, and we had the right mission. Plus, we raised small investment, not enough to scale, but enough to start and keep it going, keep our team alive. That's how Bookz Pro was born 5 years ago. From day one, we focused on one thing, building. And since then, we have been laser focused on creating the everything app for Amazon booksellers. The decision to build changed everything. Fast forward, we sold millions of books, crossed $20 million in lifetime sales, then came a turning point. We decided to sell our bookselling operation. And people asked, why sell something that's working so well? Because our purpose had evolved. Don't get me wrong, the bookselling operation was thriving, but we thought it's now time to close that chapter on a high note. Before, I wanted to be the biggest bookseller in the US, but now I want to help booksellers grow, scale, and find the peace of mind through the best tools possible. Because it creates a bigger impact and it's more far more fulfilling. Today, we have brilliant engineers and customer care experts. They are the reason we were able to build that amazing platform. We do beyond email support, ticket-based support. We actually meet our users on Zoom for troubleshooting, setting up your triggers, tuning in adjustments, setting repriser, even the printer issues. We are one of the very few software companies serving Amazon booksellers of every size in the most comprehensive way. We build everything a bookseller might need, all under one roof. A database mobile application, a listing software, a human-like smart automated repriser, an inventory manager that's replacing most of the Seller Central boring work, dashboard analytics giving you visuals about vital metrics on your business at a glance, a reimbursement tool to recover your lost revenue from FBA, pre-scanning tool with buyback integration, our partner World of Books, for bulk sellers, even the conveyor sorter hardware for our enterprise clients. Just one app, one support team, one focus, your growth. One of our earliest users, Emrah, started with $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Today, he runs 2 warehouses, employs over 40 people, over 40,000 square foot, and does over $10 million a year. And this is the picture when we installed this conveyor sorter, which took his operation to the next level. And Sophia, they sold their first book using Bookz Pro, and now they run $40,000 operation, all selling books. And she is, and her husband is one of the most contrarian resellers I met. Like they are so creative, and they just opened a brick and mortar bookstore. I'm sure they will keep crushing it. This is the picture I took from Facebook without their consent. And Matt, 65-year-old, selling from his garage and making $10,000 a month. They are not the only ones. We have countless sellers scaling to 5, 6, 7, even 8 figures per year using the same tools. We don't have a 9-figure seller yet because Thrift Books and World of Books not using us. So Bookz Pro isn't just the software, it's how we built the peace of mind we once wished we had. Now it's yours. And we have an announcement. We are soon, very soon, launching a cross-listing with eBay and Amazon and more marketplaces to come. So you will be listing only once and sell at multiple marketplaces with convenience. Because our mission is simple, to free booksellers from busy work so they can build scalable, profitable businesses. And my appreciation to Avery, Joji, Steve, and Victor for hosting this amazing event. And Caleb, thank you for partnering with us on Beacons and your occasional advices about running software company. And I wanted to do sponsorception, sponsor and sponsor. The only difference is I'm not getting paid for this. So if I had to pick another software, I would pick GoToLister because even though we are, yeah, you can crop this video and push on paid ads. So honestly, I haven't used GoToLister because I'm not a bookseller anymore, but I heard very good things about it. I know many people using it. And I know the founder, Avery, since 2020. We went to skiing trip together. We made a very big transaction. We bought restrictedinventory.com from him. And he was very honest about it. So even though we are competitors, I still love him. And it's now time to give back to this amazing community. So everyone here will receive 3 months of free access to our database mobile application and a free account audit by our team. They will do a meeting with you and show the breakdown of your inventory by age, by average sales rank to see the long tail items and the price, because it's very hard to see this on Seller Central. And also, everyone here will receive my new ebook called How to Source Books in 2025. It's a 25-page long and written exclusively for this event. And 2 attendees will win the grand prize, 1 full year of access to all of our Bookz Pro products. That's gonna include everything. Terms and conditions apply. So we have a cap for you, because it's a usage base, we have a cap. If Dave would use, where is Dave? If Dave would use, he would bleed us because he has a lot of inventory. And plus 3 one-on-one consulting sessions with me, and all the low-tier giveaways that I mentioned in the previous slide. And for more information, just stop by our booth. And I will leave you with this. We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. So you already know what to do. Scan faster, source better, scan lister. I keep doing promotions. Scan list faster, I was gonna say. And manage your inventory smarter. Because book selling is about endurance. It's a $25 billion industry growing at 7% a year with very low entry point. Yes, Amazon is gonna change policies and Section 3s will come and go, and there will be buy box updates. It's gonna favor from back and forth, from FBA to FBM. But there is no business on earth that's risk-free, competitor-free, and problem-free. So we are gonna have a Bookz Pro live demo at 3:30. Come hang out, ask your questions about the strategy, running operations. It doesn't have to be a software-related question, or even making your company ready for an exit. So let's keep building and keep growing, because Bookz Pro is about only one thing: helping booksellers win. And I added my QR codes on YouTube. I only have 185 subscribers. And I have Instagram too. So I reply all the emails and DMs, unless it's offering a virtual assistant from some guy in Pakistan. I reply all of the DMs. And you can ask your questions about cherry picking, bulk operation, or anything in between. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Omer. Big round of applause for Omer.